never show you your comments on this.
My God, this guy acted like he discovered fire. The funniest black
Lies. Don't get me wrong. I muted myself for a second. Lies. A lot of AI art has been fucked with. I ain't gonna lie.
Japanese art are the ones where they're like, black people were the original Japanese, and they chased us
Nah,
out of the
nigga,
country.
chill. Relax. That's the shit I hate. Japanese were the real, black people were the real Japanese, black people are the real Indians. Relax, nigga. What are you talking about?
Just sitting here like, God have mercy. No, I'm not looking up that stupid tweet, Stu. You can find it. It's been stated many times that Yasuke was a retainer for Nobunaga. Here's a wiki before the great rewriting. Yes, people are now rewriting wiki because of Assassin's Creed game coming out. Welcome to Clown World.
A black man was taken on as the vassal by Nobunaga-sama and received a stipend. His name was decided to be Yasuke. He was also given a short sword and a house. He was sometimes made to carry Nobunaga's tools.
It's probably been altered again. Who the hell knows? I don't care enough.
Like, even the fact it's pretty impossible for there to be a photograph, and the fact it's AI. I like how the vibe of this post is the mainstream media will never show you. But they don't even name him. The only known black samurai was Yasuke, and he might not have even been a samurai. Wild. All documents is that he was a retainer and allowed to carry arms, so for the purposes of status within Nobunaga's house, it is somewhat equivalent. But as a rank, it is indeed doubtful he would have been considered part of the warrior class.
The trailer makes little to no sense. Obviously, during Nobunaga's reign, he killed a lot of people for small slights, even for being Buddhist. That was one of his things. Killing Buddhists was a hobby, if I recall correctly. Anyway, the trailer starts with the female protagonist noticing her village is being massacred. She then gets knocked down a hill. Oddly enough, they didn't finish her off, but whatever. She was probably a Buddhist. And she sees the black samurai involved in all the death and mayhem of her village, right? And for some reason, she wants to work with him. This makes no sense. But
that's
the next question.
That's my problem. I thought he was gonna be the bad guy. She's gonna be the fucking person to get revenge, but then they work together. Which I'm like, at the end, she probably betrays and kills him. Who knows?
Questions. Just consume product. The black samurai also has dreads. I'm so sick of black characters in every game having dreads. How did he get that going in feudal Japan, dude? I highly doubt Nobunaga sent people out to get this dude imported tools and products to create small, clean dreads like he has. I'm not even Japanese, and I find this offensive. But if you listen to the corpo-sucking game journals...
But he did... I do think Nobunaga had a Japanese-style haircut. That's something that happened. I do think he had the regular haircut.
Like IGN, Japan loves it. Let's skip all the hustle and bustle and BS and just get to the pop culture part.
Talking to IGN, yada yada yada, Professor Japanese Literature and Culture, work of IGN, Assassin's Creed, yada yada yada. Yasuke has been featured in many creative writings and media. If you go to Wikipedia for Yasuke's page, there's a long list of novels, TV shows, dramas that have been inspired by him. He, as a historical character or somebody who was inspired by him, I think people in Japan really, really embrace him as a character. And we really like to see him representing the samurai spirit.
Now, if you hit the official launch page for Ubisoft Japan, you'll find the Japanese are not feeling this. Let's read some comments here.
A game where black people massacre Japanese people in Sengoku, period, is a perfect example of Ubi. Is this what happens when political correctness is taken to the extreme?
Yes.
Maybe.
For some reason, Assassin's Creed set in Japan with Japanese people being the focus wasn't diverse enough.
The sword is in the wrong position. It's no good to have it open at your side.
I do think since he's a black man that's been taken in, because the Japanese culture is very open. Like, you go to Japan, they're open about their culture. They're open about their culture studies. They're open about their culture. They are 100% open about their culture. They're not going to hide that they're not open about their culture. You go to Japan, they want you to be invested in the culture. You go to Japan, they want you to be involved in the culture. You go to Japan, they want you to be a part of it. That is a fact. That is a factamundo. Now, the fact that this black man integrated at a time where maybe that was not ever heard of, maybe it started integration differently. Besides the whole Commodore Matthew Perry coming with the guns, opening Japan up forcefully, which is what happened. Japan was a closed country and then was forced to open up. So that's something that happened. But I do think because he integrated with them, he represents the spirit of the Japanese samurai, spirit of the Japanese people at that time. That's what I think. But a lot of people may not like it. They just call it diversity and inclusion. He was in Japan. That's a fact. Even if he had a short sword, even if he was a retainer, at some point, he was always a retainer and he never leveled up. Maybe that's different. Who knows? Let's continue the bullshit.
Yasuke to appear as an ally. Are they mocking Japan? They should have made someone like Saizo Kiriga an assassin. It's a bit disappointing. I wanted to play as a Japanese ninja. It's my favorite game series. I started with Syndicate and have played everything, so this is sad. I don't think there is any Japanese people supervising the architecture. It's Chinese and filled with lanterns.
Okay, interesting. He said there's no Japanese supervising the architecture, which is different. There is a Japanese woman that is doing the historical stuff.
3 gates and paper lanterns. So it doesn't feel like this. I think the Shogun stands out after the good example in the drama. Up until now, the main characters have been the original local races and ethnic groups, but why do they become different races when it comes to Japan? Yasuke, who is supposed to be a soul holder, enters the battlefield without permission, so Nobunaga-sama ends up holding a sword himself, which...
Well, no, he has to enter... Nobunaga holds his sword, but Nobunaga sends Yasuke into battle because Nobunaga at some points he is supposed to fight. So I don't know where the bullshit's coming from, but I do think there's something mistranslated here.
Which is ridiculous. This probably won't sell well in Japan. You should change your concept now. This is wrong. In both Assassin's Creed and Japanese history, everyone has simple question. Why do they use black people in Japanese culture? As a Japanese person, I'd like to express my opinion. I use the translator site, so sorry if my English is not correct. First of all, Nobunaga was a man who loved new and unusual things. Japan is a mono-ethnic country at the time, and Yasuke's appearance looked unusual to him. Therefore, Nobunaga wanted to keep him close. But it was not convenient to have a commoner near a person of high status. So he gave Yasuke status of a samurai. However, Yasuke was only given the status and a small salary, not a fiefdom or anything else that would raise his status.
But he was given that status and he was given a sword and he was trained. So what the fuck are you talking about? As a Japanese person, if he was just given fake status and a sword and a house and a wage, he was not a samurai. He couldn't hold a sword. He didn't do any training. Come on, bro. Come on. Because each story says, once the master died, Yasuke fought, went to go tell Nobunaga's son. Nobunaga's son did whatever the fuck he did, banished Yasuke. There's some type of story, something missing. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
As a samurai, I will not be buying this title. I am disappointed in Ubisoft. I am filled with sadness.
Needless to say, the game is dead on arrival in Japan.
Hello,
Good
Paul.
work, Ubisoft. You made an entire culture take a hard pass on a game franchise that is a shadow of its former self when it comes to its popularity and gameplay mechanics and trying to sell us a bunch of garbage. After the shit obliterated the fan and the chunks flew off into the face of a small boy named Timmy who had lupus, it came to no one's surprise that the lead writer for the new Assassin's Creed was a chubby liberal white woman with pronouns in her bio. This grows so tiresome. Why not hire a Japanese person to lead such a project? I don't know. I guess diversity only really matters when a white man is in a decision-making position. Grums and Manga Lawyer shared a tweet from a former writer of the project that was originally the first initial ideas for Assassin's Creed in Japan.
Ubisoft changed Assassin's Creed Shadow, throwing away the original story idea, and insisted on running with Yasuke, the obscure black retainer of Nobunaga, as a front and center. A Ubisoft writer who worked with the game company alleges that the original story was completely different, and he thanks Manga Lawyer for giving a link to this. This gels with the employees at Ubisoft that tell me that Ubisoft's complete lockdown with DEI and is the most oppressive studio to work at, as DEI is everywhere.
Basically, the narrative was originally hashed out at around 2013 to 2014. It literally took them 10 years to get to this, which means they probably plan out in advance and still screw things up. From what I remember, it was about the Sword of Eden, aka Excalibur. Interesting premise. The sword itself gives Nobunaga an overwhelming advantage in all the wars of Japan because he was probably the first Japanese warlord to almost unify Japan. But we're not doing a history lesson right now. Daddy's tired and he's been drinking. It takes place before and after Nobunaga's assassination. The lead character Taka becomes a shinobi. Taka stands for hawk or something in Japanese, I think. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to read this to you because it's a mile long. But the point is, the idea they originally had looked way better.
Yeah, that suit looked better. I ain't gonna lie. That's a fire fucking suit. Shit! Being an assassin and carry around a big ass sword, I'm like, I get it. Other assassins had blades and shit, but that looks fire. If this is true concept art. Nigga, that shit is fire. That shit is fire.
And the original suit was really kick-ass. Like, how do you give up this ninja look and give me a black samurai dressed in gold? Needless to say, I'm not buying it. I mean, let's face it. We all know the last good Assassin's Creed was Black Flag. They kind of had a little bump with Origin, and then we went back down the hill. But according to Grums, the story doesn't stray that far away from the concept they originally had. They just sort of threw a black eye in there for the sake of it. And I hear Sweet Baby Inc. is in the mix, so if they are, that makes a lot of sense. Thankfully, Ubisoft has decided to keep the multiple expensive tier system for the game because they know people are clamoring for Assassin's Creed Shadows, so much so that they're willing to pay north of $100 for this fantastic experience.
Lies.
The original standard edition with the pre-order bonus is only $69. Stop being cheap. The gold edition with the base game, pre-order bonus, and a season pass plus 3-day early access, $109. An absolute steal. Yum, 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 yum. What's next? The Ultimate Edition, base game, pre-order bonus, season pass, 3-day early access, and the Ultimate Pack, huh? How about I wait till the game is like $10 on a Steam sale and get all of this? This is garbage. I'm so sick of video games literally making.
I gotta give it to Gundam. The prices, he's telling the truth. That's a lot of fucking money. I'm not sitting here wasting my money. Listen, I'm gonna show y'all something, right? Cause this shit right here costs more than all of that. Boom shakalaka. So this is a Metro Prime figure, right? This shit costs more than that whole fucking pack, bro. This shit right here, the box, everything. Check that out. Check that motherfucker out. This shit right here, expensive. I love this. This is something that I paid. I ain't gonna talk about that. But got this, and this is better than whatever the fuck they're trying to show us. Like, these niggas is really out here trying to, shove some bullshit down motherfuckers' throat and be like, well, you guys can spend almost, first of all, a collector's edition is almost $300 fucking dollars. $280, $281. Fuck out of here. Then you want us to pay $100 something more dollars for some shit. Nigga, if you don't stop sucking my nuts, let's go.
Cable television predatory. So, season pass, you can eat my ass.
Eat it! Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, by the way, Ubisoft may come up with a new way to monetize Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is from thegamer.com. Assassin's Creed Shadows will reportedly have mini battle passes. Oh my god. Mini battle passes reminds me of when Bethesda was trying to sell us on paid mods, something you could get for free, but they want you to pay for. These are mini DLCs. And it's just like, you soulless wretch. Why don't you just fart in my sandwich and stick it in my mouth? Wario64, famous Twitter user for basically letting know when games drop, when there's deals, when there's sales, where you can buy a PlayStation 5 in the pen.
He good. Wario64 was on fucking point. I told you, if I needed to find a game or find something cheap, I was looking at him. Probably not, but he's good. He real good.
Damn it. He was letting everyone know that according to PSN, Assassin's Creed Shadows is an online play required game. Meaning that when you buy...
No, I can't. Really? I'm not getting the game. Online play required? You could bite the fattest part of my soul.
The game, in order to play the game, you always have to be online. Well, anyway, after Wario made people aware of PSN saying you had to always be online, Ubisoft said that it wasn't true, which makes me question if Ubisoft is telling the truth themselves. They probably tried to slip this by people and got caught because Wario is milk toast as they come. He's not a political guy. He doesn't talk about DEI.
Anything else.
He doesn't talk about
He only talks
nothing.
about shit.
He just goes, there's
he
a deal
talks
going
about
on,
something.
check it out. So I highly doubt that he would post anything that wasn't already listed from a factual source like PSN. Hey everyone, we wanted to share some early information on the upcoming launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Following some questions, blah, 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 Assassin's Creed Shadows will not require mandatory connection at all times. Oh, at all times. So that could be like, you know, corporate speak, like it doesn't require connection all the time. It just checks in phones home like every 30 minutes to an hour, which some EA games do. Get out of here with this. You think we're retarded? I can't, dude. I'm too tired. Over under, like how bad do you think Assassin's Creed Shadows gonna do? Feel free to write it in the comments because I have a feeling this game's gonna tank and I don't even know what Ubisoft's gonna do, but it should be an interesting little chuckle for the rest of us that just don't care anymore.
While more than
I look at it differently. I do think Ubisoft Shadows is at its point a little bit kind of a pain in the ass. I look at it as, from my point of view, Ubisoft Shadows is a take that they're trying to do. But it's a 50-50, I'm not going to lie. I do think Gundam might have a point, right? Ubisoft is trying their fucking hardest. And when I mean they trying their fucking hardest, I do mean they're really much bringing out the bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong. Is Assassin's Creed Shadows a shitty game? No, I don't think so, but I really wanted to play a ninja and not a fucking samurai. If I wanted to do that, I'll play Ghost of Tsushima for the second time. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm just choo-choo-choo, like, stop playing. But I don't want Assassin's Creed Shadows to just be online. I didn't want to play a samurai. And some of y'all niggas is just bitches. Let's just put it like this. A lot of people who complaining, they're only complaining about, well, he's not a retainer. He's a retainer. Well, too late. He's a samurai now. They changed it. He's basically Paul fucking Bunyan.
Shit. Getting bit on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill. Some of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract.
I ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All the niggas falling like autumn, nigga. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah,
niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.